So there's been some more exclusive scenes for episode 8, which were released in the last couple of days, which gives us some more plot and background to where this next episode is heading. We see Tariq at his trial with Jenny Sullivan, looking to lock him away for both Jabari and Ramirez's murder, but Davis McClane, he doesn't lose, and with this whole situation, it's gonna get messy once Lauren takes a stand, with secrets being revealed which Tariq doesn't know yet. But there is still so much more to this trial, and I'm gonna be breaking down every single aspect in this video. But we also see Effie returning to Stansfield to work with Brayden and Tariq, but there's a problem. They haven't got any supply, and they'll be trying to look for a new plug. And in the third and final scene, we see Mecca, who's pissed off. He's taking all of his anger out on the chef. But why? What's pissed Mecca off to the point where he's taking his anger out on the chef? Or could it be another one of his chess moves in front of Cane? These are the 3 exclusive scenes which we're going to be breaking down in today's video. But let's start with Tariq and the court case. And I think we're all pretty much predicting Tariq to walk free from this. But Jenny, she's going to be trying her best to put Tariq in prison. She's going to be telling the jury that McClane is going to sell them a story about how his family is being targeted by the DA's office, which is true. The St. Patricks have been on the radar for a long time. First it was Ghost, Tommy, and also Tasha, and now Tariq. And it tells you, even if Tariq isn't looking for trouble, trouble will always find him because of who he is. He's a St. Patrick, and that alone always means Tariq will have a target on his back. But to me, this case definitely screamed mistrial, a lack of evidence, and a conflict of interest in so many ways. And not to mention the jury are just looking at Jenny Sullivan, not buying anything she's saying. And it's gonna get messy for a few reasons. Firstly, the prosecution know that Tariq didn't kill the cop, because Jenny offered Tariq a deal at the end of the last episode for the real shooter's name, and their evidence is actually very weak against Tariq. Tariq has no motive to kill Jabari, his fingerprints aren't even on the badge, and his fingerprints won't be on the gun either. And with the look on the jury's face at the end, you can tell they clearly ain't buying what Jenny's telling them about Tariq. But let's not get it twisted. What Jenny's saying about Tariq is spot on. He is guilty, but for the Jabari murder anyway. She said, I know you're looking at Tariq thinking he's just a kid, but his youth only indicates his advanced propensity for violence, and the jury, they need to stop him, and Tariq definitely does need to be stopped before he gets any worse, which Tamika recognized in the last episode. But the evidence doesn't stack up against Tariq in my opinion, and we haven't even got to all the mess surrounding the case. So let's start with Lauren, because I'm sure she'll be called to the stand. She's a witness on the prosecution side, and Jenny told her in episode 6 that she signed the form and she's got no choice. But when she does, this will play right into McClane's hands. Cooper Sachs overheard this conversation between Lauren and Jenny, where Lauren said that bitch Carrie tricked me into this, and Lauren doesn't want to take the stand for a few reasons. She wore the wire around Tariq, and she really does care about him, and Tariq doesn't know the truth. But she also wants to see Carrie go down for using her against Tariq. So once Jenny calls Lauren to the stand, this will give Davis McClane a chance to question her on the cross. And when he does, I do think this is when the truth will finally be revealed about how Carrie tricked her into wearing the wire by manipulating her. And this is when Tariq could possibly find out the truth about Lauren and Carrie's involvement, and all of the pieces of the puzzle will start to make sense for Tariq with how he ended up in jail, because it wasn't just Cane who played a part in him going down. Because Kanan warned him in his hallucination scene that it wasn't just Cane, there was someone else pulling the strings, and he's got a few more ops. And this is something which he doesn't know yet, but surely he's gonna find out in episode 8. And Carrie is definitely gonna be in some deep shit after this, because McClane warned her that she's playing a dangerous game. And a crucial detail in this is how Carrie slept with 4 people involved in this case. There's Whitman, Zeke, Jabari, and McClane himself. So I really wouldn't be surprised to see Carrie being looked at again. But her past relationships isn't the only one in this case, and it's important to remember this. Cooper Sachs and Jenny Sullivan's relationship could also become public knowledge, because Sachs is going to tell McClane that she knows his playbook, but his response was, "Are you sure you didn't tell her?" And this clearly isn't going to be a good look for the prosecution, Jenny Sullivan, and Cooper Sachs either. So I think we're going to see Tariq walking free, and this whole case is going to be thrown out, or we could see someone else being looked at as the main suspect. But the trial may not end in episode 8, it may go into episode 9 or episode 10, but I do expect Tariq to walk free. And this brings us on to the second scene where Tariq comes back to Stansfield after the trial and tells Brayden that it's way too early to tell what's gonna happen. But while he's been busy with this case, Effie and Brayden, they've been working on trying to find a new plug. And this is something I want to see more of, this trio. And Brayden and Effie's funny shit with her telling Tariq that Brayden's feelings were hurt because he didn't text him back straight away. So hopefully we get more of this between Brayden, Effie and Tariq, because these three really do have some chemistry, and you can tell because of the way they are off screen as well if you follow them on social media. But they've got a big issue because their buyers, they're getting upset because of the backlog. And the thing is, if Tariq and Brayden aren't supplying them through Course Correct, then someone else will, because there's always someone out there looking to make some bread. For example, Tariq had to get rid of Scott in season 1, who was his competition. But Tariq says he does have a plan and he needs the Tejadas for this shit, and he doesn't know if they'll be up for it. And there's a couple of things here. First, Diana slept with Tariq and Effie warned her not to, and I do wonder if she'll find out and how this conversation will go down if Diana is going to be working with them. But with Effie being Effie, I don't think she really will give a shit because she knows who Tariq is. But secondly, will we see Effie working with Cane? Now, I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but I really didn't like the way Effie questioned Tariq in episode 6 about whether she'll be working closely with Cane, because I just feel there's something more in this which we don't know yet. Something about Effie's past or whether she knows Cane from before. Let's wait and see. But I do think Effie is going to be heavily involved in episode 8 with whatever they're up to. Because let's not forget, Cane did say there is more than one way of making money in these streets and they may have no choice but to look at alternatives. And one thing I'm sure they're not stupid enough to do is attack Mecca, because that is a death wish in itself. Because we all saw the soldiers that Mecca has at his disposal. Mecca's crew don't play games. They came in locked and loaded with military grade shit, snipers and all sorts. But I think the people that could be attacking Mecca at his hangar could be Mahoney's crew. So this leads us nicely onto scene 3, which is between Mecca, Cane, and the chef. And Mecca looks pissed. And I'm sure there's nobody stupid enough to attack Mecca's hangar at this moment, apart from Mahoney. It's not going to be Lorenzo, because even if he does find out the truth about Zeke and Monet's relationship with Mecca, he just doesn't have the soldiers to attack someone like Mecca. And we all know from the conversation between Cane and Mecca in episode 4, Mahoney is someone who's been trying to move into Mecca's territory, so this could be a revenge attack after Cane's raid on one of their spots. But whatever's pissed Mecca off, whether it be Mahoney, Monet, or something else, he seems to be taking his anger out on the chef, or at least it looks like this way anyway, because we all know how Power love to manipulate these small scenes and trailers. And when I first watched this scene, it reminded me of the scenes where Mecca used Nuff to assert some control and dominance over Cane. In episode 3, we saw Mecca choking Nuff, and we saw how shocked Cane looked. And again, in episode 5, he had the chef kill Nuff right in front of Cane, where I'm sure Mecca definitely looked at the CCTV and knew that Tariq followed Cane, and knew that he was in the wrong. Now, we've also seen Mecca mentoring him, acting like this father figure when he asked him to open up to him and talk to him about his problems with his family. And I think Mecca is trying to build his trust with Cane to show him that he's important above the chef. So when it comes to crunch time, Cane chooses Mecca over Lorenzo and his family, causing this Tejada split and divide. Because Cane has and always will be this wildcard. So the question is this another chess move from Mecca to show Cane that he has his full trust, or is he actually pissed and taking his anger out on the chef? Because I'm sure the chef is someone who he trusts to get shit done, and someone who's been by his side for a number of years. So let's wait and see what the build-up is to this scene and what happens next, because one thing's for sure, episode 8 is going to be one of the biggest episodes of this season, because it always is in the Power world. So drop all your predictions down below in regards to these 3 scenes. Will Tariq win his trial? And what are your death predictions? Drop all your comments down below, and tomorrow I'll be back with my full preview and predictions video breaking down all the promo images for episode 8. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.